when I say new course, it's a different theme, right? So in this course, in each session, we'll take one real life scenario. And real life scenario could be anything. Could be that you are in India and you are going to a vegetable market, or you are at the train station, or you are visiting a particular place, right? So we will be taking multiple such scenarios, and I encourage you to share your ideas with me, because this will be more contextual, right? So this will not be no more like sort of like a, we'll understand basics, but it will no longer be like a grammar based session. It will be scenario based sessions, right? And I hope you'll find it really useful. While we will be covering a particular scenario, the idea here is also to sort of learn from these sentences and then, make variations out of it. So with that, I'm really excited. And today's scenario is like, how do you navigate yourself, or, how do you sort of have survival Hindi if you're in a train station, right? So essentially survival Hindi for travel. As always, if you ever have any questions, you can write down on the chat box, or toward the end of the class, we'll have a panel session. So we will unmute everyone and we'll go over your questions as well. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready? So what's your experience with the Indian train station? Have you been to any train station?
I have. I've been to a train station in Calcutta.
Calcutta.
I would say there's a lot of people.
A lot of people?
Yep.
Okay. What else?
So it's very crowded and slightly chaotic.
Okay.
So think of like Penn Station in New York on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
A lot of people.
Okay. So you were able to manage it?
Yeah. I live to tell the tale.
Okay. So imagine yourself again in that situation.
Uh-huh.
And if you have to talk to, people in Hindi.
Yeah.
What kind of things you would be asking them? Like, you can say in English.
So maybe what time is the train?
Okay. What time is the train? What else?
I want to go to someplace. I want to go to Delhi, or I want to go to Madras or something like that.
I want to go to Delhi. Okay. What else?
How much is the train?
How much is the fare?
Mm-hmm.
How much is the ticket? What else?
Where does the train leave from?
Okay. Departing station.
Departing station.
What is the departing station?
Yeah.
What else? Anybody from audience? If you're in a train station and if you want to sort of, if you're forced to speak in Hindi, right? And if you don't have the words, like, and even if in your native language, what would you be asking, right? Pretty much all the things that Jennifer just mentioned will be covering,
Oh, we have some good ones here.
Okay.
Where is the bathroom?
Where is the bathroom?
Says Liz, which I think is very crucial when you're traveling. And Verity says, and this is great, is the train to New Delhi late?
Okay, very good. We have that as well.
Yeah.
Is the train late today?
Yeah.
Okay, very good, right? So pretty much all the questions that we have, we'll be covering much more than that, but these are the common questions. If you're traveling to any place, you can sort of like, you want to find out how do you say these things in Hindi. So let's get started, and let's start from the very basics. The first thing, okay, so the first thing, that, if you go to a train station, assuming that you are, standing in the line of the, queue, right, where you get the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you want to probably say is, I want to go to, which is you also mentioned, Jennifer. I want to go to, let's say, Delhi. You know how to say that in Hindi?
I think so.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Okay.
Right? I want to go, right? So even though this particular sentence, it's a present tense, but you're using the verb in the infinitive form, right? What would be the verb?
Jana.
Jana. And why jana and not jata or jate or jati or like the variation of
Oh, I
jana?
see.
Yeah,
Because it's the infinitive.
infinitive, right? Because it's to go,
Mhm.
right? And that's how we learn usually you say it, right? Now I want to go to Delhi, right? Um, you will be using a postposition here, right? I is मैं,
Mhm.
right? But you will be using a postposition along with मैं, and that will be
Go.
को. मैं plus को, which is
Mujhko.
मुझको. Very good. मुझको. Now, where will you put to Delhi or Delhi?
I think I put it Mujhko
Mhm.
Delhi जाने है.
Okay, मुझको Delhi or in Hindi Delhi is Delhi.
Delhi है.
Delhi, right? मुझको दिल्ली जाना
है.
है. Very good. I'll write it down again, but I wanted to sort of give you the flavor of like how to break it down. So the first thing you notice is the verb to go, and to go is jana, right? You have to use a postposition here, right? Because what you're trying to say is to me, basically. It'll not be one-to-one translation in from English to Hindi, but to me, what you're trying to say is to me, Delhi, and then interested in going, right? So to mujhko Delhi jana hai, right? I'll write down again.
Can I ask? We have one question about
Yeah.
this topic. Marcella just asked, what about want? Like, do you have to? What happens to want?
Okay, uh, I'll cover that. So first, let me write it down. Mujhko Delhi jana hai. You can also say, which is like, how do you cover want? This is like the simplest way. मैं Delhi जाना, and then to want or to desire is चाहना, right? So मैं दिल्ली जाना चाहता हूँ for a male, चाहती हूँ for a female, or for a group it's चाहते हैं, right? But pretty much, it's the same thing. This is more close to I would like to go to Delhi or I would like to go to Agra. Whereas this one, it's like, if you really want to do one-on-one translation, even though the want is not sort of explicit here, you are still making very clear that, I want to go to Delhi. Mujhko Delhi jana hai. Right? So I hope that answers it. Let me know if this is still not clear, but that's our, the first thing that you want to know. So essentially, towards the end of the class, you'll be learning about 7 things that you need to know as a survival Hindi when you go to any train station or a bus station or a railway station. Right. So let's make a variation of it, right? And I'm going to erase it now. And I want to change it to I want to eat a paratha. I'm going to give you some time, and I'm going to ask you to write it down in Hindi. And all of them will link to the story or the theme that we picked today. How do you say that in Hindi? You wrote it down?
I did.
Okay.
And it looks like we have some answers coming up.
Okay.
So Liz says, Mujhko paratha khana.
Okay, very good. Mujhko paratha, and the verb is khana, and then you will end it with
hai.
hai. Mujhko paratha khana hai.
And Verity offered the variation, मैं पराठा खाना चाहती हूँ.
Okay, very good. मैं paratha खाना Chati. Both of them are correct. Okay. I'll change it to the next one. I hope everybody was able to follow it. Let me know if it is going too fast. Next one is I want to see. I want to see the Taj Mahal. Okay. This time let's try to be a little bit faster. So that way, it'll come quickly to you.
We have an answer from Jan. मुझको ताज महल देखना.
And then मुझको Taj Mahal
है.
Very good. मुझको Taj Mahal देखना है. Very good, right? So to see is देखना, and you are using the verb as it is. मुझको Taj Mahal देखना है. Let's change it. Next one is I want to travel. I want to travel to Kerala. Let's see if you were able to figure out the word. To travel is?
घूमना.
Very good. घूमना. So the sentence is?
So Verity says मुझको केरला जाना चाहती है हूँ.
Okay. So it'll be मुझको केरला घूमना है. That's one. The second one that you mentioned is मैं केरला जाना और घूमना चाहती, and then हूँ. First is मुझको केरला घूमना है. Second is मैं केरला घूमना चाहती हूँ. Good.
Very good.
Let's change it. And the next one is what is the whenever you go to India, what do you like to buy?
Jewelry.
Jewelry. Okay. I want to buy some jewelry.
So Marcella says हिंदी में jewelry को क्या कहते हैं?
Okay, good. So हिंदी में jewelry को, if you're talking about one jewelry, it's called गहना. If you're talking about many, गहने. And that's a generic word for jewelry. I mean, each will have its own name. गहने. And I hope, but you guys know to buy. So it'll be मुझको
मुझको गहने
ओके, मुझको गहने
खरीदना है.
ओके, इट्स प्लूरल.
खरीदने है.
वेरी गुड. मुझको गहने खरीदने हैं. Right? If you are talking about something singular, right? So let's say you want to say I want to buy sari, right? क्योंकि मुझको साड़ी खरीदनी, because it's a feminine, खरीदनी है. And for example, if Jan is saying it, right, it will be मुझको, let's say, कुर्ता खरीदना है. So it's for a masculine, this is for a feminine, and then this is for masculine, uh, plural. And if you want to say multiple साड़ियाँ, मुझको साड़ियाँ खरीदनी है, it will remain the same, right? I hope useful, right?
Yeah, very useful.
Now, one more thing that I want to cover as part of this first survival skill, where you are saying I want to go to, let's say, I want to go to Delhi, right? What would be the question for it? The question is, where do you want to go, right? Where where do you want to go? So let's say you want to help someone out as well, right? Or let's say somebody is asking you this thing in Hindi. What will they ask you? How will they say it in Hindi? Where do you want to go? And then you will be saying that मुझको Delhi जाना है. Right? It is basically an answer to a question, right? So this is their question. You know that already,
I'm not sure.
right?
So maybe आपको
Mm-hmm.
कहाँ जाना है?
Okay, very good. आपको कहाँ is
Where?
where? आपको कहाँ, and to go is
जाना.
जाना, and then है. आपको कहाँ जाना है? आपको कहाँ जाना है?
So Verity just had one question about the previous example of the feminine and masculine. She said the verb karitni follows the feminine or masculine of the thing you want to buy, not if you're feminine or masculine.
That's right. That's right. In this case, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, if you're saying it मैं, if you're saying it using मुझको, right, then it follows the object, right? If you're saying it मैं, like मैं खाना खाता हूँ और मैं खाना खाती हूँ, right? It changes based on the subject, right? But if you're saying it using मुझको, right? मुझको पानी पीना है, right? I mean, मुझको पानी पीना है, पानी is like, same.
Yeah.
But if you're using it with post position, as we saw, like मुझको कुर्ता खरीदना है, right? For a girl, it will be different, right? मुझको साड़ी खरीदनी है, right?
See. Yeah.
But it really depends on how you are saying it, right? I mean, and if you're using a post position, then definitely changes. I think the similar thing we did with ne also. With ne also, there was one rule,
Right.
if you remember it, right? In the past indefinite.
Yeah. What was the rule?
It's not
Another time.
Yeah.
Another time.
Yeah. But again, the question here is, I want to go to Delhi. The question would be, where do you want to go?
Right.
Right? आपको कहाँ जाना है? भी आपको आपको कहाँ जाना है? And we can, if you still have questions on the changing of the word, we can all, come back to it towards the end of the class, right? We can do more examples to make it clear. आपको कहाँ जाना है? Good, right? And then response could be, मुझको दिल्ली जाना है, और मुझको, Calcutta जाना है, or anything, right? It doesn't have to be like, you can change it, right? I mean, you can. Aapko is like because I'm asking you, right? Depending on who you're asking, you can change the pronoun.
Right. So Verity gave the example of tum kya jana. I think tum kahan jana chahti hai.
That's the other way of saying it. Like तुम कहाँ जाना चाहते हो, और आप कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं, right? That's the same thing that we did, right? I mean, if you don't want to use postposition, and if you want to simply say the pronoun in that form, right? I mean, like, आप कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं. Okay, good.
Very good.
Okay, so let's do the next part, which is how, like, you've decided that you want to go somewhere. The second thing is like, how do you want to go there? Right? How are you planning to go there? This one will be shorter. How do you? How do you plan to go to Delhi? Or how do you want to go to Delhi? Right? How is?
Kaise?
Kaise? Kaise, kaisa, and kaisi. Right? Okay, so you'll say आपको कैसे, you can say आपको कैसे जाना है, आपको any destination, दिल्ली कैसे जाना है, और आगरा कैसे जाना है, or anything. आपको दिल्ली कैसे जाना है, और the other way would be if you want to ask this in present continuous, that would be आप
दिल्ली कैसे
कैसे
जा रहे हैं.
Very good. आप दिल्ली कैसे जा रहे हैं. What would be the probable response?
To the second one?
Any of them. So let's say second one.
So मैं दिल्ली train से.
Very good.
Train
By
से.
से.
कैसे train से.
मैं दिल्ली train से, or from train, right? Or by train.
Yeah.
Train से.
जा रही है for a woman.
जा रही.
Who?
Very good.
Yeah, sorry.
मैं रही you already have, right?
Yeah, जा रही हूँ.
मैं दिल्ली ट्रेन से जा रही हूँ, और मैं दिल्ली बस से जा रही हूँ, और मैं दिल्ली प्लेन से जा रही हूँ. Right. Same thing, you can do it in this tense also, and that would be.
So मुझको दिल्ली से मुझको दिल्ली ट्रेन से जाना है.
Very good. मुझको दिल्ली ट्रेन से जाना है, और मुझको दिल्ली बस से जाना है. This is like you're sure you already made the reservation, or you already made the booking, or you're telling someone, and this is your, expressing your desire right, to go using this particular mode of transportation.
Jan just asked if you could explain what say means.
Yeah. So say is like your again another post position. There's an entire video on that on the channel. So I encourage you to watch that. But pretty much, um, it means from. So when I say आप कहाँ से हैं, where are you from, right? That you use आप कहाँ से हैं, right? मैं दिल्ली से हूँ और मैं anything, right? मैं दिल्ली से हूँ, मैं पेरू से हूँ, right? So from Delhi or from Peru, like like from Delhi and from Peru. But in English, it's before the your object here, right? From Delhi. That's why it's preposition. But in Hindi, it's after your object here. Delhi se, Peru se. That's why it's postposition, right? But I can send you a link, Jan, if you want to really go deeper into the usage of say.
But it also by, so by train,
Yeah,
by
yeah,
bus.
that's right. Yeah. So it also means by bus and by train. क्योंकि बस से ट्रेन से by or via anything, right?
And one more say question. Verity says, and can it also mean since, as in मैं दो साल से हिंदी सीख रही हूँ?
Yeah, you can do that as well. It also means since. The first would be since when, right? Simplest one. That would be. You know that?
No.
When is?
Kab?
Yeah.
Kab se?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kab se. So for example, if you said somebody I'm on leave, and somebody's surprised and they're like, okay, since when? They can say kab se, right? And you, because you're on leave for since last 2 weeks, right? तो तुम क्या, what would be your answer?
My answer would be the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So do hafta se.
Very good. So it will be do hafton se or do hafte se. If you want to keep it very simple, do hafte se. Do hafte. So here also using se since the last 2 weeks. Good?
Very good.
Thanks for sharing that. So the next one I have is the third, survival question, which is finding the train station or finding anything. Finding the train station or any station or bathroom or anything, right? So you will say, where is, so I'm going to give you one example. I'm going to ask you, what are the possible, like the most possible scenarios, right? Where you need help. Where is train station? Where is bathroom or restroom? Let's say Taj Mahal. What else, Jennifer? And anyone in the audience? What comes to your mind? Like, what are the most possible?
Hospital?
Very good.
Yeah. That's a little dark, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's important, right? Survival skills, right? Or let's say police station. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll do one and I'll ask you to do the remaining, right? I hope it's not too much of homework. So the first one is, as you know, that it would be where is kahan, right? So the first one is train station. Kahan hai? Train station kahan hai? Right? It's k with ha hai. The irony of writing English. Kahan hai? Okay. So now your task is to do it for the rest of them. I hope I give you enough time to write it down. But your task is to write down for the remainder of the, how with me.
Good. So Verity says for the first one, स्नान घर कहाँ है?
स्नान घर कहाँ? Okay. So that would be first one. Bathroom kahan hai? You can also say, if you want to say, so first one she said is Nangar. If you want to write it in Hindi, that's fine too. Snangar. Or you can also say Shauchalay. But usually people will understand, right? I mean, you can say Shauchalay. So the way you write it is like Shaw, S-H-O, Cha, L-A-Y-A. Shauchalay. Good?
Very good.
Yeah, let's do the next one. That should be straightforward.
Yep. So a few people said Taj Mahal कहाँ है?
Okay, what would be the answer? I start with
Taj Mahal आगरा में है.
Agra में है, right? Okay, let's do the next one. Hospital.
Hospital कहाँ है?
Okay, so we'll do it in Hindi also. Hospital. I'm doing it in multiple times because we can cover the sort of like the Hindi name or vocabulary word for. So hospital को हिंदी में अस्पताल. So half sir, t with r, अस्पताल. People also say hospital, but अस्पताल. Good, right?
Very good.
And the last one is police station. So either you can say police station kahan hai, or if you want to say it in even police station in Hindi, it would be
Police station, I think. No?
no, it will be police thana.
Police Thana, okay.
Station is like either you can say adda or thana. Like police thana. Both of them are sort of like so it will be thana. Third with up police thana. पुलिस थाना कहाँ है?
And Verity asks, did these English words like hospital replace Hindi when English were in India?
Say that again.
Did these English words like hospital replace original Hindi
I think so.
when English were in India?
I think so. I think so. Because like, if you go to India, I mean, even though either people will use their own, like, in their native language, you can say like, hospital, or in my regional language is another word for it, but mostly people just use hospital. And even in the newspaper, it will be written hospital, but it will be written in Devanagari. Right. Okay, good. So let's take the fourth survival skill, which is you guys brought up when we were starting the class. When is the train coming? When is the train or bus or plane, anything? What are some of the similar things that come to your mind where you can use the similar sentences, like after learning when is the train coming?
When is the plane departing?
Okay.
Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Okay. When is the plane departing? What else?
Oh, when is the tour leaving?
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah. When is the tour leaving? Okay. When is okay? When is the let's say you are in a train, right? Usually, how do you say like the TT or the conductor? Like when you're in Amtrak.
Yeah, the conductor.
Conductor, right?
Yeah.
When will the conductor come? Okay, so these are like similar, sentences that come to your mind. Right? So we'll do one by one. We'll do the first one, and then we'll do the remainder of them. But the idea here is like after learning this survival skill, you should be able to do a lot of sentences, right? When is the train coming? Or so let's say that if you want to say all these things in future, when will the train come? Right? You want to try it?
Sure.
When is
come?
okay? To come in future would be
Aiga.
aiga, aigi, or aige. Right? So train kab?
Train come. Aiga.
No, train is feminine, right?
Right. So aigi.
Train kab aegi. Right? So it would be, and the way you write it is like you have a t with train kab a ye gi. Train kab aegi. Now, same thing you can say for conductor also, but conductor is a masculine, right? I mean, if it is a feminine, you can say conductor kab aayegi. If it's a lady, if it is a man, conductor kab
Aiga.
aayega. Very good, right? Answer could be anything. Train 4 बजे आएगी or 5 बजे आएगी or सवा 4 बजे आएगी. Right? So let's do the next one. Train कब आएगी? The second one I have is conductor कब आएगी और आएगा. Depending on it's a masculine. Next one. Let's say you're on a train and you want to find out when will, like, you are really eager to see the Taj Mahal, and you want to say when will Agra come. You are in the train right now, right? And you're asking passengers, like, and that would be
Agra. Kab.
आएगा. Agra कब आएगा? Okay. Now let's say your train is really early, right? And you came to the station, and all the shops are closed, right? And you are really hungry, and you want to find out when will they come? Shop owners come. How will you say that?
Okay. Shop owners. दुकान वाला. There's another word. हिंदी में shop owners क्या कहते हैं?
दुकानदार और
दुकानदार. So दुकानदार कब आएंगे?
That's masculine plural, right? दुकानदार कब आएंगे? So I'll write it down again. It's basically दुकानदार, right? The with u, k with a, and n. It's one word, दुकानदार. दुकानदार कब आएंगे? So ga for masculine singular, gi for feminine, and for plural, masculine plural, it's आएंगे. How are we doing with time?
10:43.
Yeah. Good with this?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. So now the next survival skill is when you need help when you're in a train station, right? Or you need something. Right. So first thing is, let's say my favorite, I need a chai, right? And then we'll see if that can be reused in other places. Right. So this would be
मुझको चाय चाहिए.
मुझको चाय चाहिए. Right. मुझको चाय चाहिए. But so I'm going to ask you. So you write it down first, and then we'll do. I'll replace chai with something else, right? So you have I need help, or I need some food, or I need some water, or I need a ticket. So I want you to take some time and then write down the remainder of the 4 sentences. And if you don't know the Hindi word for it, we will go over it. But as of now, just practice saying it even with the English word. How are we doing? Let's do the first one. I need help is mujhko
Madad.
madad chahiye. And if you don't know the word madad, you can simply say mujhko help chahiye, right? Especially if you're in urgency or it's emergency, don't really worry about figuring out the Hindi word. I need help is mujhko madad chahiye. Let's do the next one. So I'll move it here. Let's do the second one. I need some food.
मुझको
Mm-hmm.
कुछ खाना चाहिए.
कुछ खाना. So I'll tell you why it's like it can have a different meaning, right? It can mean that I should eat something. That I'm hungry. Perhaps I should eat something, right? When I say I need some food, mujhko a little.
थोड़ा
Very very good. मुझको थोड़ा खाना चाहिए. Again, like depending upon how you're using it, like if you say मुझको थोड़ा खाना चाहिए, definitely it can imply two things, like one is like that I need some food. Right? Other one would be I should eat little because I already ate a lot.
Oh, I see.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
मुझको थोड़ा खाना चाहिए. Let's do the third one. I need some water. Same thing, right? मुझको I need some water is मुझको पानी चाहिए. Good, right? मुझको पानी चाहिए. And if you want to find out like clean water, मुझको साफ पानी चाहिए. साफ is clean. Okay. Let's do the next one, which is I need a ticket. So मुझको just say ticket here. मुझको ticket चाहिए. For this one, I need a ticket. मुझको ticket चाहिए. Good.
Right.
So we still have time, right? 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. So we'll do two more survival skills, and then that will cover the train station scenario. So the next one is finding out price, which is the sixth skill. Finding out price. Right. The first one is, as we just mentioned, how much is the ticket, right? That we just covered. How much is the ticket? Right. Second one is like how much is the chai? So let's do these two and then I'll jump to the next one. How do you say that, Jennifer? How much is the ticket?
So I think there's two ways. I think you could say something like ticket का दाम कितने हैं? I think.
Okay, what else?
Or ticket कितने हैं?
Ticket कितने is how many tickets are there? कितने? You use a postposition with that.
I'm not sure. Ticket. Yeah.
Try different postposition.
Ticket को? No.
कितने? नहीं, after कितने?
After कितने. Oh, ticket कितने का है?
Okay, very good.
Okay.
So how much is the ticket is? So how much is what? How much is the
Kit is कितने, right?
कितना? कितना is your interrogative, right? कितना, right? Or कितनी, any quantity for a or कितने. Okay. So it will be ticket कितने का है. Ticket कितने का है. Right. Ticket is singular. However, because there is a postposition, right? कितना becomes कितने. Right? कितने का है. Ticket कितने का है. And pretty much the formula remains the same. You change kitna to basically kitna or kitne or kitni. Sorry, you will change this also. Ka, ke or ki. Right? So, for example, how much is the chai would be?
So chai is feminine, yeah?
Yeah.
Chai kitni?
No.
So chai. So kitne. So chai kitne ki hai?
Very good. Chai kitne ki hai? चाय कितने की है. Okay, so you're not changing kitna. Just to be clear, you're not changing this part. You're only changing the post position.
So and Verity just asked, is that because chai is feminine?
Yeah, chai is feminine. Let's do two more, like few more, and then I'll ask you to do it this time. How much is the mango lassi? Let's say. And then, how much is the guided tour? If you're taking a tour and if somebody, tourists are like those, tour guides are approaching you, you want to find out, right? So let's do these two. So how much is the mango lassi? Should be straightforward. It would be.
So mango lassi, kitne. Would you say mango lassi is feminine?
Yeah.
Okay, so mango lassi kitne ki hai?
You remember we also learned like how to ask this.
Yes.
In Hindi.
How did you ask? Huh? Remind us, yeah.
क्या mango lassi feminine है, right? How much is the guided tour?
Guided tour. कितने का है?
Very good. कितने का है? Anything you can have, like if you are going to a hotel, if you're not made any reservation there, you can also say room कितने का है, right? Good.
Very good.
So let's do the last one, which is the miscellaneous things that you need when you're going to, when we are imagining a train station, right? And this is if you just want to have like a small, like a conversation, if you want to just talk to someone in Hindi, right? So this is miscellaneous one, right? Which you mentioned, it was very crowded, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to just make an observation like that, it's very crowded. Here, let me make it complicated. It's very crowded here. How do you say that?
I think I would say something like, यहाँ,
यहाँ is
here.
here, okay.
I think I'd say यहाँ बहुत लोग हैं, but that's not a direct translation.
Okay. यहाँ बहुत, this is correct. यहाँ बहुत लोग हैं. A lot of people here. And there's a particular word for crowd. Right? So यहाँ बहुत भीड़, बहुत भीड़ है. Did you know the word? Okay. So it's bh with e and then the भीड़. यहाँ बहुत भीड़ है. I'm not sure if the green is visible, so I'm just going to use red probably. Right? So let's do the next one. It's very hot here. And if you just want to have like a, this is again, these are observations, right? I mean, so how will you say that?
यहाँ बहुत गर्म है.
गर्मी है. यहाँ बहुत गर्मी है. Or you can simply say बहुत गर्मी है. It's very hot. You don't have to use यहाँ because it's implied that you're not talking about somewhere else. Like
Right.
we should really be feeling hot. Okay. Next one. The next one is train is very late. Let's say your train is very late today. It'll be, and you can see all of them I'm using very, right? So like I mean बहुत गर्मी, बहुत भीड़, right? And it will be train बहुत.
देर.
If you just want to say one word, actually you can say train बहुत late है. Next one you can say, if you really want to use a